Good morning, students. Welcome to my class. Today, I am going to explain you the poem Maps. You should listen carefully and take interest. You'll enjoy it. Last day, I had given you the brief summary of this poem. Today, I will explain you passage-wise, line-wise, and I am sure you all will understand it and you will interest it. Maps, that is composed by Dorothy Brown Thompson, an American poetess. You must learn about the poetess as well, one who is really offering you such kind of interesting poems or stories by some authors. So you must learn that, their names, their other works, interesting works, so that you can be fascinated by their other works and you can even learn more about their life, their works, and in the contribution of literature field. Here in this poem, Maps, that is Maps for You, the poetess tells you about the importance of maps, significance of maps in our life. We draw the map, we locate on the map, you use the map for various purposes. But hardly you have ever thought that what information does maps carry, store. And this is what we have to learn today. We have to know. In this poem, Maps by Dorothy Brown Thompson, the author signifies the features of the information stored in the maps. The author has described that although maps look not so large in a scale, yet the information they store or they give to us is too large, so much than their actual scale. What actual scale we are drawing on the pages, we see and we study their importance, and the information that they give is much more than that, much bigger than that. They show on the map mighty mountains, show different lakes and oceans, and the passage of sea travel through which we are traveling to different countries abroad, crossing oceans, seas. Maps even tell us about weather of any region, in which country, in which state, in which part of country, what kind of weather will be when. That maps can tell us, and they are telling. Some region has ice, of course, on this globe. Some region is filled with ice, while some has string winds. Maps also indicates different traveling routes, that is train routes, air routes, road routes, and they help us in our adventure. They help us in our dreams, to fulfill our dreams, to do adventure, great adventures. See here, high adventure. Maps are high adventure and bright dream. Maps are mightier than they seem. We do high adventure, very risky adventures, to explore on the icelands, in the deep forest, deep into the sea. That is so adventurous, so risky. We visualize the dream in our eyes to fulfill in our life. In dream we see such imaginary things. We try to go to inaccessible places. But maps are mightier than they seem. Maps are so small, but they are mightier, they are stronger, and has more importance than that. that we really visualize in our dream. In what way? There are references given in the poem. Ships that follow leaning stars. When, ship, when ships sail into the sea or oceans, they follow the guidelines of the stars, the leading stars, the stars which are leaning. They are following the direction to go to other countries, to go to other places. Otherwise, in the sea, in the oceans, nothing is visible. All around the water and water. What is that? It guides to the ships. That is the leaning stars, bending stars. So ships that follow leaning stars, red and gold of strange bazaars. Here bazaars is described by the poet as a strange meaning, that they are so far not known to anyone. And we find on the maps about them, about the information, about which we talk, about which have to reach, where we have to go. Ice flows hid beyond all knowing, plains that ride where winds are blowing. Here, the poet is telling the ships, the markets, or even the ice, even the aeroplanes, that is all mentions these things in such a way that all of them sound attractive. But that is what here, all guided by the maps. Maps are there which guides us, that all. Train maps, here train maps, maps of wind and weather, road maps taken together, all together. Here we follow the places, train maps, road maps, or even to locate the weather, to find the weather. The map is here very much significant, very much important. In all these fields, in all these areas, that is here used. All that is that used. Here, maps are really magic words. You see, the poet is describing that the maps are magical. Magic winds for home staying vagabonds. Maps are magical. In what way maps are magical? As they can lead us, they can transport us from one place to another, by air route, by train route, by road route, different ways, different means of transport. They really lead us and they help us to reach our destination, our place we wish to go, we wish to reach. And in this way, maps are here termed, explained by the poetess as a magical. Maps are magical. For some home-staying vagabonds. Vagabonds, that is very well-known word for you. In the last class you had read, vagabonds are the people, are the persons who are homeless. They have not permanent here house to stay. So for them, how useful that is, because that take them, that lead them to such inaccessible place where they cannot go, they cannot really find, that lead them to go and they can come back to that places through the maps. For the vagabonds, it is really, vagabond is a person who moves from place to place, one place to another without any purpose. So a person sitting at home can transport himself to any kind of land or place wherever he wishes and then come back. So in this way, this poem, Maps, describes about the significance of the map, the information stored in the maps. That is immense. It is here seen on a small page we study. But when we find And here read the small scale that really covers a large information, big information, from one place to another, one country to another, one region to another. And they help us in several ways to get information, to give the really wings to our imagination, where we can go, to what extent we can go. The maps lead us, guides us. So through this poem, the poetess has described that we should not take maps as small things and of no importance, but it carries great information, big information, and is mightier than any adventure, any high adventure, than any bright dream, big dream that we visualize in our life. So this is what the poem maps, and you should really understand about it. You also, we all use the maps for various purposes. Today there is Google Map, which carry you, which lead you, transport you, help you to start from your place, and you can go to any such places. You locate where you have to go. You will be helped by the maps. Which way is the shortest? Which way is the easiest? And in this way the map becomes our great friends. It becomes our great help. This is what here described about the poetess in this poem. So you should learn it, you should go through it minutely, and even you learn the new words that is explained on the same poem, that is used very nicely, very well. And in every poem, the poet or poetess has some very delicate ideas, very grave ideas, very serious and very subtle content to give to the readers. They all lead us to far imagination, to far distance, which we cannot imagine. They lead us and give the new shape, a new perspective to our imagination. We can visualize in our dream, in our ideas, in our thought. In this way, the poet describes, or poetess describes in the poems very special things in a different way, in a particular way, in a beautiful way, so that we can get lost in different kinds of imagination, different kinds of dream. This is what here the special thing about the poem. You have already seen maps, you have already done on maps, you are doing your work in the maps, but what map is, how it is here mightier than several things, means it is carrying great information in itself. This is what here the poem is including in itself, that content. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining the class. I think you must have enjoyed it and you learn it nicely. Thank you very much.